Now, for those of you who are interested in this and say, I want to know more about this, because I want to know the truth, I'm sick of being lied to, I'm sick of the propaganda, I want to be able to cut through it, I want to share this with my friends and family, but yet you feel like, I don't know where to start, right? There's so much out there, I don't know where to start. I may sound like a broken record, but what a lot of times I do is I tell people, I prepared a couple of reading lists for Campaign for Liberty to help people, especially who have limited time. I'm not going to say, hey, here's a 1,000-page book for you, talk to you next week. Nothing like that. Instead, I've got it from beginner to intermediate down to advanced, and I've got a lot of stuff that it's all free online, and I've got a lot of stuff that's MP3 you can listen to in your car, all this stuff that can help take you from beginner to intermediate to expert in an entire program of self-education as far as you are interested in going. And if that interests you at all, and I make no money from this, by the way. There are no funny links in there that send me money. If anything, the money goes to Campaign for Liberty if you order them from Amazon. It doesn't go to me. But you can access them. Just go to tomwoods.com, click on the articles page. And the third item down or something like that is links to these lists. And it can help you. And I'm telling you, all you need to do is read a little bit, and you're going to know a ton more than anybody else. Because most people are speaking out of, not their mouths, we'll say. Maybe out of their noses or something. Now, F.A. Hayek, who won the Nobel Prize in 1974, summoned us to make the free society an intellectually exciting project once again. He said, we must make the building of a free society once more an intellectual adventure, a deed of courage. What we lack is a program which seems neither a mere defense of things as they are, nor a diluted kind of socialism, but a truly liberal, and he means European liberal, so libertarian, radicalism, which does not spare the susceptibilities of the mighty, which is not too severely practical, and which does not confine itself to what appears today as politically possible. We need intellectual leaders who are willing to work for an ideal, however small may be the prospects of its early realization. They must be men who are willing to stick to principles and to fight for their full realization, however remote. And he says, those who have concerned themselves exclusively with what seemed practicable in the existing state of opinion have constantly found that even this had rapidly become politically impossible as the result of changes in a public opinion which they have done nothing to guide. Unless we can make the philosophic foundations of a free society once more a living intellectual issue, and its implementation a task which challenges the ingenuity and imagination of our liveliest minds. But if we can regain that belief in the power of ideas, which was the mark of liberalism at its best, the battle is not lost. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been said that if they can get you asking the wrong questions, they don't have to worry about your answers. And the types of questions they've got us asking are dead wrong. Should we bomb that third world country, or should we just starve them to death? Should we take half your income this way, or should we take it that way? Or, this is the new one now, should U.S. monetary policy be dictated by Ben Bernanke or Nancy Pelosi? Like, those are our alternatives, right? This is what's so creepy about this regime. The way it frames the issues is systematically to exclude sensible alternatives altogether. And it's Ron Paul who has vigorously inserted them back. But they're still trying. I saw on a cable news channel the other day, they had a headline running at the bottom of the screen, another one of these phony questions. Is Van Jones the right man for Green Czar? Well, you see the way they frame that question. Well, you don't even know what to say, yes or no to that, right? There shouldn't be a green czar, but look at the way they frame it. Or Yahoo had a great article, can regulators save us from ourselves? Because that's the real problem, right? I mean, I go to bed sometimes thinking, oh, I have no idea what I'm going to do to myself tomorrow. But it's Ron Paul who breaks through, and I'm going to leave you with this. Earlier this year, an Italian translation of Ron Paul's book, The Revolution, a Manifesto, was released. But what's interesting is what they titled the Italian translation. They called it, in Italian, of course, The Third America. And what they meant by that, of course, is that Ron Paul is giving us a choice that's different from the phony choices. He's saying there's a third way to live. You don't have to live like the socialists or the fascists. There's a third way to live. You don't have to be Hillary Clinton or John McCain. There's a third way. You don't have to bomb or starve. There's a third way. You don't have to use fiscal stimulus or monetary stimulus. There is a third way. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our moment This is our chance to influence public opinion, so we need to educate ourselves, to prepare ourselves to do that. Because it is the third America for which we fight. And incidentally, the third America happens to be the real America. Thank you.